Hello, beautiful friends. It's Erica. I felt so drawn to doing this video for you today because it's a message that's been coming through and on my heart for a while. But today was the day I was taking a little time outside, and Spirit was like, you got to record this. This is a super important message. Now, many of you may have heard me start to talk about this in other past videos I've done, but I really want to speak to the sacred feminine today. The sacred feminines who have been on their journey of ascension and healing, who have really come into their power, reached that love, and many of the sacred feminines that have done a lot of that deep inner child work and shadow work have been on their own for a while. There's a part of the journey where many sacred feminines, in their journey to sacred union with their beautiful soul connection partner, spend a lot of time on their own prior to calling that relationship in, and celibate even for years. And this is a really important part of the process that isn't talked about all too often, but is critically important. And part of the reason for that is there is this energetic purification that occurs in the sacred feminine when she removes other people's energies from hers. And when we think about I'm trying to think of what word I can use, because I don't know how how the algorithms or censorship works here regarding this topic. I've done topics on sacred sexuality in the past, but when we're speaking about preparing for sacred sexuality, there is definitely a long period of celibacy that precedes the sacred union coming in. And so I want to speak to those of you that you've been ready for your partnership for a while. You've not just gone out and dated for dating's sake. You haven't engaged with other partners necessarily, because you're just in the process of healing, focusing on yourself, focusing on your mission, and knowing the value that your entire soul being and your body are. That's truly sacred. You know, we are moving, elevating out of 3D relationships, relationship paradigms, blueprints. You know, you guys, many of you have worked in my activation events where we have worked with anchoring in a new template for love on earth. And it doesn't involve just casual hookups or, you know, here and there. It's really a very separate process from that. And so, but I'm kind of beating around the bush a little bit to set the stage for what I want to talk about, which is when you are in that position and you meet someone and maybe there's a very strong soul connection. Please, please, please be extremely discerning. The reason I'm saying this is because many people that are in this powerful light energy are being, I guess, targeted by some of the lower vibrational frequencies and people and souls and energies. And there's a new level of decoy. You've heard me probably talk about this on several of my videos, but it's really important to remind you as you begin this. Many people that are in the sacred feminine place, really truly ready to call in their partner, their sacred partner. Often it's not the one that they initially thought was their person. Sometimes it can be, of course. Every situation is different. But more often than not, they've really elevated beyond where they were when they manifested that original person. And again, this is a general reading and it's different for everybody. But and most of you that are watching my channel have been with me for years. You have done the work. You're in my mentorship groups. I've done client work with you. I've done healing sessions with you. I've done a lot of work. You've done work separately from even what I do. And I can see it. I can feel it in my collective. I see it in my clients all the time. It's just to see the evolution has just been such an honor, truly. It's awe-inspiring to be able to witness someone's journey, to see them really begin to embody their true authentic self from their place of power and worthiness. It's incredible. So this is a very important time that when you, after a period of maybe celibacy or being on your own for a while and truly being ready for your partner, sometimes when you manifest this partner, you have to be very discerning, because there are people that can come in and be very, very adept at manipulation. Now, most people that are in this position have healed from narcissistic relationships. They have done their healing because often of addressing narcissism within their history. And it's something that takes a lot of time, and a lot of empaths are targeted by narcissists. So it's a very common pattern. So even if you've gone through that, you have to be extra discerning, because there's another type and another level of soul that can come in that can seem very much like a sacred partner and not be. And the goal of that partnership is to siphon your energy. Many of these, and I'll say men, are sent, and it certainly doesn't have to just be men, but people are sent to the awakened ones to siphon their energy, and they're targeted often by dark, not even dark feminine, that's not the right word, toxic feminine, distorted feminine energy. Maybe they are even doing some SPELLS, manipulating energies not of the light, using gifts inappropriately and violating universal law. But they're out there, and they are very, very, very discerning, very, very cunning. And one of the ways that you can protect yourself when it comes to the discernment and to not get impacted by this is to be very careful with your physical intimacy and connection with this new person. Because it is one of the ways I've been shown, and I've channeled a lot around this. So this is summarizing what I've done in hours worth of investigating. It's one of the ways that they attach psychically, especially to the powerful sacred feminine, and siphon the energy. And so when the act when the physical act occurs and there hasn't been enough discernment to see if that masculine or if that person is worthy of that physical intimacy, in terms of worthy spiritually and energetically, then there can be risk of that. Now, again, this is no judgment on timing of things, but I'm promising you that what I have seen happen with clients, and I've seen happen in the collective, is when you go there pretty quickly. And think about it. You've been on your own for a while. It's exciting. It's passionate. There's a real connection. There's multidimensional resonance with a lot of these people that are the decoys, because they're very, very good at it. And it's not even necessarily a conscious thing that they are doing. It is the way that the darkness works, and the way that the energies try to siphon the true power and the true light. So one of the ways that you can be very, I would advise, with part of your discernment, is to take time to allow the person to show who they really are over a period of time, Do their actions match their words? Because these master manipulators are very good at weaving words and spells through language and words. And so this is where you have to be very focused on the behavior, not the words. And even the energy. The energy can be confusing. This is a super long topic. I'm probably going to do separately, maybe in a longer video another time, maybe in an extended, because I can't really speak freely here. And I really want to, but I'm just, obviously you can see I'm holding myself back and trying to speak in code. Just so freaking annoying, but whatever. The right people are going to get it. It's just, the energies can be confusing. The words can be confusing, but sound like they're resonating. So be very discerning with the timing, because what I was shown is there's definitely an energetic hook that happens that literally siphons the energy from the sacred feminine, and she becomes ungrounded, and the masculine is siphoning the energy off of the feminine's root chakra and sacral chakra through the sacral. So again, very complex conversation. I'm not doing it justice here, but just don't jump right in head first, please, 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 because it could end up, because when sexuality comes into the relationship, hormones get all involved and the energies get all involved, and it can mess up your judgment. It can mess up your discernment. And I've been shown this time and time again over the last 2 years. And it's super important as a reminder right now is coming through. So yes, it doesn't mean don't be excited for having manifested someone that you have a beautiful resonance with. And trust me, I know it would be difficult to probably hold back. I know. However, it is crucial. It is so crucial, because some really powerful light workers and star seeds have had this happen to them. And it takes a lot to recover from that once you realize what's happening and once you put an end to it. But it takes a lot from you. And this is a preemptive, hopefully preventative video, that as you're calling in someone or meeting someone new, that just because it's resonating really beautifully and there's a lot of things that are checking the boxes, please, please, please be discerning. Please. It will save so much damage down the road. And especially with being like getting emotionally involved, but the physical relationship definitely can mix things up and discombobulate the energy system in a way that can mimic sacred union, but it isn't. So again, huge topic. This isn't doing it justice, but I wanted to come on and share this information for those of you that this is meant to find. And I really, truly intend that this will find those that are meant to hear it. So with that, I send you so much love. Until next time, bye.